My name is Shane Kipper. I work with coaches, consultants, and course creators to help them grow, scale, and automate their sales and their brand influence. So the way that I do that is using webinars, sales funnels, and automation, as well as advertising on the front end, but that kind of comes after all those things have been set up. So in this video, what we're going to be talking about is what you can actually learn from spying on your competitors. So we're actually going to show you how you can gain a lot of value from seeing, so you're seeing me twice. Let's go back to Miro. From seeing, what other people are doing. Okay. And I'm going to give you 3 different things that you can actually do today to do your competitor research so that you can start to spy on your competitors, see what they're actually putting out there, see what's working, so on and so forth. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. All right. So before we get started, go to callwithshane.com/RND-book. I'm going to actually buy a new domain today. So that'll actually change, but I'll forward it so it still fits. But that is going to be a workbook that actually helps you dive into the competitor analysis part of this, as well as your customer research, and then developing your sales processes and your content. So that you can create a compelling message to speak directly to your perfect prospects and really help them understand that you can actually help them. That's the whole key here, is to help people in advance. That's my strategy. That's what I teach on my clients. And that's what we're going to be talking a lot about in this content. Okay, so without further ado, let's see if I can run. Yep, here we go. So this is what you can learn from spying on your competitors. What you can learn from spying on your competitors. So number 1 is really going to be the type of content that they're actually delivering. Okay, number 1 is content. So when we're looking at the content, there's a few things that we actually want to take a look at, because the content is really where it starts. This is, you can run an advertisement, but there's going to be without any content, but there's going to be people visiting your professional page to see the legitimacy of the company running the advertisement. But they're also going to be seeing that if you're just trying to get their money, if you're actually trying to provide some value to them, we're past the stage where you can just run advertisements, although it will work. But if you're trying to create a long-lasting business that has a foundation, because not only does the content, here, let's write this down. So the content also provides future traffic. Okay, so down the line, you're going to actually get people that see your content and reach out to you to want to do business maybe a year from now. I have probably 50 videos on my YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels, 3 YouTube channels, but I decided marketing was my route. But all that content leads back to callwithshane.com. So whenever, down the line, it's just creating this vortex of traffic as we move into the future, because people are going to see it after the fact. People will look you up by name or whatever, and then see that you have content, look into the content that you're providing, seeing if you're actually an expert in your field, and then clicking on the links. So we want to create a lot of content. And so when we create content, if we're having struggle with identifying what to say in our content or even how to structure it, which I give content like that in my Facebook group, Sales Funnel Discussion Group, that you can join for free. But you can actually, I provide those frameworks, but not only that, so that's the second point here I want to make, is to still figuring this out here. Look for frameworks, right? So when we're watching people's content, we want to see what is the structure that people are actually creating content in. So that's going to be like for example, my content framework is introduction. So I tell you what you're going to learn on this video and who I am and why you should pay attention. And then I give a call to action, which is callwithshane.com/RND-book, which I'm going to change because it's too long. But then I move into the value pieces that I promised in the beginning, and then at the end I recap, give a call to action, and then close. So in the content we can look for frameworks. This also provides future traffic, and then it also allows us to see, I'm still getting the hang of this, see what gets people to engage, right? So we can see what's actually working in people's content and what people are commenting on, what people are really liking, if there's a lot of likes on something. Now, you need to make sure that when you are analyzing the amount of likes and comments, that they're coming from your target market. Because, you know, if, like, say for example, Ty Lopez, he does the Lamborghini in the book room, in the library, or in the garage, excuse me, but library and books and stuff is his thing. But he's advertising to younger crowds, people that want to start a business. So if you're not in the start a business niche, then those tactics aren't going to work the same for you. So you need to find somebody that is in that same direction. It doesn't even have to be the same competitor directly. You could be like someone, like for me, a good example in my case is Frank Kern. So I go to Frank Kern, I see what he's talking about, I look at his comments, because he provides value, and he's actually in the same niche, so that makes it easier for me. But maybe even somebody in the fitness niche, but what is their content framework, what's working, and then even looking at the comments and stuff like that. But when it comes to the comments, you really want to be more in your niche, so you can see what questions people have, which would be another point. For their questions and concerns, and even, what are their frustrations? If they're mad about something that the person is saying, you want to take note of that, because you can actually avoid saying those things in your content. Then we can actually take a look at what their offers are. Okay, so now we know what their content is, but what is their offer? Okay, in regards to the offer, there's a couple things that we want to look for. And I can download this. You can get access to this in the Sales Funnel discussion group for free. I'm going to paste that in here so you have this framework. But when it comes to the offers, we want to see what are their benefits and features, right? When it comes to the benefits and features, this has nothing to do with 24-hour support or like the best support in the world, or anything like that, because those things are really just expected. So when it comes to the offer, these are going to be things like a consultation call. You're going to get a PDF download. You're going to get a workbook. You're going to get an hour with me. You're going to get access to a group on Facebook. You're going to get this many hours of digital content where you consume it. You can consume it directly from your phone, from your tablet, from your computer, whatever the case may be. But those are the benefits and features. Okay, so when we look at the offer as well, so what is the marketing promise? The marketing promise is it's your big bold claim. So what are they claiming that you will get out of taking their products or services? So the promise in a lot, let's say in the advertising industry, is maybe your first deal. So if you're targeting new businesses, then and you're trying to help somebody start a business and get their first deal, that could be your first claim. Get your very first client. I know of a person that actually does that. So what's your marketing promise? It's going to help you lose this amount of weight in this many days, although you can't say that in your content and in your advertising. But you would need to word it in a way that people would understand that. So get in shape, get your dream body by summer. And again, it's a very fine line when it comes to Facebook advertising. You need to know the Facebook policies, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube to find that. Although that is something that I'll be putting together here soon, so that more content for my page. But what is your promise? I'm going to help you 10x your business. I'm going to help you generate 10 times more leads. I'm going to help you define your marketing message so you can create a compelling message and sell more products, right? When you look at your offer, we can also look at what are some of the bonuses. Always have bonuses. Okay, you always want to have bonuses, because in our offer, it's not like consulting services. Consulting services isn't attractive. It's not sexy. It's not what people want. It's not what people desire. And so you have to break that down and basically itemize each of. Ooh, don't know where I went here. Okay, you have to itemize what you're offering. You have to say, okay, yes, you're going to get consultations, but I'm also going to give you the exact templates that work for a automated webinar funnel. And you're also going to get the template that helps you write your webinar, but you're also going to get the emails that go with the automated webinar sequence, so that, all of that stuff, it's all templated. So you just have to put in your own message and stuff like that so that it works. But then we go into our bonuses. So I just talked about benefits and features. When it comes to bonuses, make sure that your bonuses are actually exceeding to the actual cost of the offer. So you want to give more value in your bonuses, like not even perceived value, it needs to be real value. So, if part of your bonus was a 5-hour training on, if you were in the weight loss industry, and you're selling let's say a fasting course or something like that, you could, as a bonus, you could have some sort of extra add-on training that is more around diet, so they go in combination with each other and add value. But that diet training is actually worth more than the cost that they're going to be paying. But the overall value of the offer is, and that's another thing we can start here. Let's see, still figuring this thing out. But what is the stack, right? And so this really should go here. Let's move this here, because this is kind of the order of it, right? And both of these right here fall into what is the stack, because benefits and features, we're adding value to the offer, and then the bonuses are supposed to be, greater than the actual offer, the cost of the offer. So what is the stack? The value, the actual overall value of this offer. So you can see a lot of those things. And one thing, I'll actually, let me finish this up real quick. And then I'll actually dive in and show you how I do this. Okay. So number 3 is their delivery. Okay. So how are they actually delivering it, right? Is that, so actually, sorry, before I get into that, I want to do advertising. Okay. So when it comes to the advertising, ooh, there's a lot of things that you can see. You can actually go in to somebody else that is your competitor and look at sales copy, right, for their ads. So there's a back end way that you can look, and it's not really even that back end. Facebook makes it very public for their privacy reasons. But you can actually look at what these advertisers, how they're running their ads, what they're saying in their ads. And let me actually give you an example. So we'll run over here to my Facebook. Hey, what's up, handsome dude? We'll go over to Tony Robbins. So this can work for anybody that is actually an influencer. So, they need to have probably 100,000 plus followers. But we'll find Tony Robbins and go to their Facebook page, not their personal profile, but their page, and go down here to page transparency, click see all, go to add library down at the bottom, and now we can actually see the active ads that are running. So he's running a supplement, his own supplement thing. That's kind of cool. He's got the ultimate relationship program being offered. I was actually in on this, Unleash the Power Within, which was an awesome program a couple days ago. But then you can see what's in the picture, right? What are they saying? Subtitles, Unleash the Power Within Virtual. So this is more of a direct offer, whereas this is a testimonial, I think, I'm assuming. So this is probably going to be a retargeting ad. And then, for the ones and then you need to know, free training. So this may not be much of a retargeting ad as so much as it is a cold ad getting somebody in the door. So what does it say in the video? So this one's an image ad, right? What are they saying in the copy? Who are they calling out? What are the fears and stuff that they're targeting in order to connect with the end user, right? So that's how we actually, let's go back here. That's how we look at the sales copy on the ads. So let me actually go back to that, because the next thing here is how are they running their funnels, right? So if in their advertising, we can actually look at what kind of funnels that they're running for their advertising. Okay, so that's a new offer right there. So let's go with the early bird special, see ad details. This is actually a place too where you can look at, these are like headlines: transform your life in your living room. That's a big headline. You don't have to leave your bedroom. You can just do it here. You can decide if these difficult times diminish, define, or develop you. You can't wait, and you can't waste time. Something continues. But if we click learn more and actually visit their sales funnel, now we can actually see the structure and the outline and the design and the color and the words and the frameworks and everything that you need to know for your own stuff, because we know that Tony Robbins has been spending millions of dollars on advertising to see what works. Okay, so he's got a countdown timers, blah, blah, blah. So, and then you can also see his offer. You can see what's in the offer. This is somebody's stack, and he's got his bonuses at the top, which is awesome. But these are your stacks. He's got 3 different offers here. Okay. Now that we know what kind of funnels people are running, we can actually start to model what works, right? Okay, and then also see their sales process. So not only that, But the key here is to actually be able to purchase, if this person is actually in your industry, to actually purchase their product or service and see what's on the next side. You need to see what's working. If are they creating an upsell, you know, are they doing upsells and downsells? So you need to buy the product in order to know that, right? And then also the last thing here is, what is the language, right? There's a specific language that your customer speaks, and that's not Spanish or whatever. It might be, but that's not what I'm talking about here. When I say the when I say the language, I'm talking about, so we can take a look at this stuff, unprecedented opportunity that he wouldn't ever been able to offer before. So this is about the offer. You must decide right now if these difficult times are going to define you or if you're going to take control of your own fate. Okay, you can't afford to wait for the world to go back to normal. So he's talking about the pandemic. The life you want of purpose, passion, and success is out there waiting for you. So take action and seize it. And if you don't, you will get left behind. Most everyone in the world is doing one of two things: trying to get by and survive, or looking around for the edge that will allow them to thrive. Okay, so you can see here that he's targeting people that probably work from home. That was actually in the headline that said, basically, change your life from your living room. So you need to know those things when it comes to language. When you're talking to, like, let's say a marketer, they're going to know about funnels, ads, conversions, webinars, sequences, automations, tagging. Like, those are languages. So you need to know your customer's language. So you need to do your competitor analysis and look at what kind of content they're producing, right? You need to see how they're talking to their customers. And one thing is, you need to make sure it's actually working. You can't just take anybody that you think might be a competitor. You need to take what is actually working, that you know people are spending advertising dollars on, so that you can avoid going through the trial and error process. Okay, so just to recap, what we're going to look for in our competitor spying analysis is, first, content. We need to look at what kind of content they're providing, the frameworks, even the headlines that they're using, what gets people's attention and gets people to engage, commenting, actually interacting with the content. What are their questions of frustration? So what is actually holding them back? And you can go through a process of looking at what your competitors are doing, and you can do your customer research, which is another phase of this. But you need to identify those things so that you can actually talk about them in your content and help them through those things. That way, the barrier, you're really just dissolving that barrier. And then what frustrates them, right? Then we look at the offer. What is the marketing promise and the message in that promise? Is it like what are the big bold claims? And then I would actually even add one more in here. So sorry, I'm going to change that before I download it and put it in the group. But when it comes to the claim, oh man, I had it on the tip of my tongue. I'll figure it out and I'll put it on there. How about that? Okay. You need bonuses. Always have bonuses. The bonuses need to exceed the value to the actual cost of the offer. And then you need to determine what the stack is that they're offering. Okay. How are they structuring that stack of value to make sure that what you're offering is just far more than what they'll be paying? So it's kind of a no-brainer. And and benefits and features goes above that. So advertising, sales copy in the ads, even sales copy in the funnels, sign up for everybody's stuff so you can see what they're saying in their emails. And then how does their funnel flow? You need to buy their stuff so that you can see what's on the other side in regards to upsells and downsells. And then what's their sales process, and then what's the language that people are speaking, so you can start to speak that language. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Go to callwithshane.com/RND-book to get the workbook that teaches you. Basically, this whole process is a workbook that shows you how to identify your customer, do your competitor research, develop your message, and create content that's compelling and sells. Okay, so go to callwithshane.com/RND-book.com. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I tune in live to talk about ads, funnels, and follow-up and webinars. Totally free group. Just join by clicking a link below. Also, make sure to smash up the like button if you enjoyed this content. Share it with a friend that you think would gain some value from it, and leave a comment and let me know, what you gained. What was your biggest takeaway from today's lesson? So that's it for today. Much love. Happy birthday to me, and it's happy St. Patrick's Day.